Hi there. So we're looking at a reproduction table here. It's probably 60s, 70s. You can tell it's quite modern because it's perfectly machine turned, etc. This style of table is what we know as parquetry. You've got veneers and you've got marquetry. That's applying veneers, and you've got parquetry. Parquetry refers more to fitting pieces of veneer together for decoration. So this one has typically been a great table, been used by a family for 30 or 40 years, and it was covered in scratches and marks of various sizes. So with these veneers, sanding them is not something you want to do at any, with a sander as such, because you can go right through the veneers into the substrate and that's it, wrecked and needing a serious repair. So what we've done, sanded it back by hand just lightly, really just taking off the top coat. We've then got a bare surface. So the first remedial work we've done is we've used some graining pens and probably coloured in with the graining pen, just solid based colour, 30 to 60 very small marks that it's picked up over its lifetime. Once that has been done, I've then added a mix of wax, colour and oil over the full surface. And as you can tell at the moment, depending on the angle of the light, it's still drying. Taking that to the next stage, these two cabinets were much the same. These cabinets have had their wax oil stain mix on them. Sometimes there's a little bit of excess on there, so we can just, it'll soak in as much as it'll soak in to the surface. So a little bit of excess, just going to wipe that off.
So how long are you leaving these ones to dry?
So you need to leave them at least 24 hours, maybe 48. You need a temperature of about minimum of 16 degrees. Going from there, once they're fully dry, these three nearly are, they've got a little bit of excess on them, which can be wiped off. You can put more coats of this stuff on, but you need to obviously let it dry and build it up to the colour that you want. And it depends on the colours how much stain you put into the mix. Again, these are covered in scratches and marks and chips and all kinds of stuff. So now at that stage, this was the first one to dry. This is completely dry and it's had one coat of a wax and oil mix, really high quality. Literally with this, you just get some on your cloth, rub it all over and then buff it off 4 or 5 minutes later. But to build up a number of coats, which is obviously going to give it protection and a seal, takes a little bit of time. In terms of, it might only take 5 minutes to put coat wax on and 5 to buff it off, but you want to do that maybe every couple of days, maybe 3 coats, and then you're going to end up with a lovely finish, completely sealed. You've already done the colour restoration and you're going to give that table a new lease of life. One of the reasons, apart from these are veneers, you've got to be gentle with them and you can't sand them hard. One of the other reasons why we look at this as a form of finishing as well, which is more traditional, it saves expensive and difficult sometimes to apply lacquers that would be sprayed, and of course for that you need extraction, you need masks, you need gloves. Lacquers by their very nature have got a very high volume of organic compounds. Organic meaning they're actually oil derived products, so you're talking methane, solvent, all these things which are highly, you know, explosive. They can contaminate things, they can get in the water course. You've got to protect yourself well. You know, there's quite a bit of waste involved, there's lots of stripping involved. So I'm always looking at ways of doing things in a more classic method, and although sometimes it's harder work, you can still achieve very similar results, high quality, and it's much kinder to the environment and the people that work in it, and for people who enjoy the finishes once they're actually done. So that's what we're doing, what we've been doing at the moment. It's been great preparing these, and we'll see you again when they're all finished.